Okay, Medspa owners. So you're trying to figure out, should I do a free consultation or should I do a paid consultation? Which is better? So let's break this down. Now I'll start with the paid consultations first. Now, when it comes to paid consultations, the obvious benefits are that you're going to get someone who's a lot more serious. You're going to get someone who is also going to be just saving your time. Because if you have a big issue with no-shows, then you're probably thinking, man, I just need to start charging for these consults because I'm tired of blocking up my calendar. I'm tired of people just wasting my time. And that may be the situation that you're in. So by doing a paid consultation, you're gonna get more serious leads, and you're also going to save more of your time. Now, a big part of this though, of the success of doing paid consults, is your intake process. How are leads coming in? How are they interacting with your front desk? And how are they getting booked in? So part of this, of what you can think about or what you want to consider, is that how well can your front desk person qualify these leads themselves? Maybe they're able to get some initial information from them so that by the time they come to you, you already know, hey, this person's be good or not going to be good. And asking for their budget is not always going to be the best question to ask, or they're probably not even going to want to answer that. But are you able to take a step out of that process where you just know that, hey, I just have found that people that fit this criteria, and this criteria, there's a very high chance that they're going to turn into a paying client or a paying patient. So can your front desk person ask those questions, get those answers, and then from there you can make that determination, hey, you know what, in a case like yours, we can do a free consultation, or you don't quite check these boxes, but there may be something there, let's do a paid consultation. Now, there's also the idea that you can do a paid consultation, but they don't do anything, they don't have to pay anything up front, only when they get a treatment done, or maybe that paid consultation, whatever they pay, that amount's gonna be credited to their treatment. There's also one where it's a free consultation, but if they don't show up, then they have to pay a specific fee. So there's many different ways of doing this. Don't just think about paid versus free, but how can you come up with different strategies to be able to move this around so that people perceive it differently, or it's easier for them to accept. Now, going back to the paid side of it, it's why should you do paid? Well, you think about your expertise. You are an expert in your industry. You've been doing this for X number of years. You've worked with X number of patients. So what is the value of your time and how are you being perceived? So if people do free consultations, typically there's going to be a little bit lower perception of that person's expertise. If you are doing paid consultations, then there's going to be a higher perception of the value of your expertise. But with that being said, it's not just about how are they valuing you or how good is your expertise, it's also the expectations as well that your clients are having from you. So if you're trying to attract, or if you are pricing yourselves more at the lower end of it, you're going more for low price points, then you can have the highest expertise in the world. But if you have lower price points, then that's going to be a little bit more diminished. So are you getting people that are more the Groupon type mentality? Or are you going for the higher end? If you're going for a higher end, then you definitely need to have the expertise to back it up. You can't be brand new and expect, oh, I want to go after the higher end people and I'm going to start asking for paid consults when you have no brand, I don't want to say no experience, but you don't have anything to really back you up to support that. So you have to also match what is your expertise versus the type of clientele that you are going after, because those have to match. And think about, like, with that in mind, how does that person behave? If you're going after that higher end, maybe not like the uber wealthy people, but the people that are a little bit better off than most, it's how do those type of people behave? Are they looking for free consults? Typically, the higher you go up when it goes on that wealth ladder, is that those people are typically not looking for free consults. But again, those are a lot less people there. So, and you also have to look at your marketplace as well. If you are in a low end part of town, you may want to attract the high end people, but they're not going to come over to you, or very, very few will come over to you. So there's more factors than just, oh, I want to have a paid consultation or I want to do a free consultation. There's more factors that go into this than just that. Is that you can't just look at this in a vacuum. There's these other factors. What type of clientele are you going after? What are their expectations? How do they behave? Are you going for more volume, or are you looking to have a higher price point per client? All these things go into this. Now, when should you lean a little bit more towards doing a paid consultation? You should lean more towards doing a paid consultation when you have the issue of too many leads. So this happens a little bit more often with established practices where they already have a brand, the practitioner has a lot of experience, they have the expertise, and they have so many leads that they're trying to figure out, okay, which ones are the ones that we really want to go after. If you're more in this situation and you have a too many leads problem, then I would definitely lean more towards the paid consultation. Because at this point, your time is limited. So unless you're gonna be bringing on more practitioners that help with that overload, you have to figure out, okay, who are the serious people, who are not the serious people. And so this is a way to kind of weed that out a lot faster. Is yes, there may be people that you're kind of money that you're leaving on the table that didn't come to you because you did a paid consultation versus a free one, but you're hoping that the overall net effort is that you get more people that are serious and you're making a better use of your limited time, especially when you have a lot of leads. Now, if you have a very high no-show rate, then I would also lean a little bit more towards the paid consultation side, because if you're getting a lot of no-shows, then having a paid consult is going to reduce that. But you want to think about, okay, is this going to help? Is this really going to solve my problem? And again, maybe you're getting the wrong people up front already. And again, how are you going to sell that to people? Because if people are coming in and again, as I mentioned, there's a lot of other competitors who are offering free and you're the only one that's doing paid, you really have to sell me on why should I pay you versus going to someone else who's going to do it for free. So yes, it will definitely help reduce the no-shows, but you have to think about those different structures I was talking about. Maybe doing it's a free consult, but if you don't show, it's X amount of dollars. And when it comes to these paid consults, it doesn't have to be a lot of money, or the penalty for not showing up doesn't have to be a lot. You could even do like a deposit or a hold your appointment fee. Again, there's many different ways to skin this cat, but it doesn't have to be a lot of money. It can be $20, $30, $50. I wouldn't necessarily go higher than that unless you're in a very specific situation. But even if you really want to just reduce the no-shows, $20 is enough to typically reduce those no-shows. You also think about what is the way that they're perceiving you. I kind of alluded to this earlier as far as, hey, you're the only one offering paid consults. These other ones are doing free. Why should I come to you? So this is really going to come down to how well is your front desk person able to sell this paid consult. Because if they don't sell it very well, then they're not going to see any value in it. And they're going to go to your competition who's offering it for free. And many of your competitors are offering for free. So how are they perceiving that value? If the front desk person can show that value very well, then I would lean more towards paid consult. If they're not very good with their sales ability, I probably lean more towards the free side. So let me talk about the free side of it. What's the benefits of doing free consults? Well, you're typically going to get more leads, or I guess more shots at consultations. It's, again, can't beat free. And that's why most people do it. It's because it's easy, there's no risk to people, they can come in for free, and they can figure out from there. It also makes that initial sales process easier as well. I was talking about that front desk person who's booking that appointment. They say it's a free consult. They don't really need much sales ability to do that. It's free. Like, what's the risk to you? And also you have to think about, even if you don't get someone who shows up or who does show up, but they don't have the money or they can't do it right now, you may get them down the road. So as long as you continue to nurture that lead, is that they may turn into a paying client a couple months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, as you may get them later on. Now, you think about also the journey that people are going through in this whole process. People may want to talk to a few med spas before making a decision. So if you're able to establish that trust and rapport, and also be able to show your expertise, then they may figure out that, you know what, I'm willing to go with this person. Whereas they may have not wanted to pay for your consult before, but after coming to you and seeing that, oh, you're actually the better option than the other ones I went to go see, they're going to choose you. So you got that person because it was a free consult versus if it was paid, they would have never come to begin with. So that's the benefits of free. So again, when you're looking through these two, you have to kind of think about what is going to be the best fit for my specific situation. Now, generally speaking, if you want to do paid, if you're a little bit more established, if you already have some lead flow coming in, or you have a pretty good lead flow coming in from your other channels, if your team knows how to sell the value of that paid consult, then I would lean more towards that. Or if you have a high no-show rate and you want to find ways to drop that no-show rate. Now, if you want to go free, typically you would choose free if you have more capacity. If you're trying to get more people in through the door, if you want to focus a little bit more on volume. So maybe you are getting a lot of leads and you brought on a bunch more practitioners and you want to fill up their calendars, then you can do the free and try and get more people coming in. And also if you are doing paid ads, if you're doing paid advertising, I would almost always recommend doing a free consultation, because these people don't know anything about you. They don't know about your credibility. They don't know how long you've been in business. They are really just looking at the offer that you are providing and a little bit of your social proof, but it's primarily based on the offer. And if the offer is, hey, you have to pay for this, it's not gonna resonate with them, because many offers are very, very competitive and people are looking at that primarily. So if you're doing paid advertising, do free. Now you can even have scenarios where your paid advertising is free consults, but outside of that, you can do paid consults as well. So again, just a couple ideas on how to do this. If you need help with this, we're happy to talk with you, help you grow your practice. So there's a link below. Find a time, talk to our team, and we can help you with that. Otherwise, hope you got a lot of value out of this. Take care.